Hey guys, so a little bit of an update on that video where I was kind of just trying to talk it out and figure out why creating YouTube videos suddenly felt so scary and so overwhelming. I was so close to the target of figuring out what the crux of that was, but didn't quite hit that target that night. It took me a couple more days for all of a sudden it to just dawn on me of, wow, didn't see that one sneaking up on me, but I think I know what it is now, and it was not what I or anyone else was guessing, actually, but I'm pretty sure I figured it out, and as soon as I figured that out, it's like, now it doesn't feel scary. I've legitimately just been busy in the days in between, where it's just like, there hasn't been enough hours in the day to get everything done, but it hasn't been a fear thing, so I think for as much as I surmised, I was wondering, is it the trolls putting me off? No. Has that ever put me off? No, if anything, it just makes me that much more adamant to do exactly the things that annoy them. So, no, it's not that. Nor is it just burnout. It's not that. It's not fatigue of creating certain kinds of content. Nope. It's not that. It's not depression. It's not my anxiety. No, but you know what it is? I was closer with those guesses. It's that sneaky little thing in psychology with attachment theory and the different ways you learned attachment in your formative years affects the way that you just operate in the world. Clearly, I had a very insecure attachment style that was learned at a very young age, and even though I've been putting in so much fucking work where other humans are involved, this one snuck up on me, because with that, it's the weirdest thing for people who've not dealt with it. When you've learned insecure attachment, basically you're so scared of losing anyone close to you for any reason, be it by your own hand, be it by them just up and leaving, be it by what the fuck ever, doesn't matter. Rather than just letting things play out the way that they naturally will, you end up self-sabotaging so you feel in control of the situation. Therefore, it's like, yeah, well, the thing still happened, but I made it happen. It was not just a wild action of the universe. No. And I mean, obviously, it just becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy when you self-sabotage things, right? So again, I have been spending the past couple of years trying to unlearn really toxic, negative mindsets where other people are involved with that. However, I did not expect it to affect something like YouTube, but on the other hand, it makes perfect fucking sense, because apparently it's not just people that it can affect, it can be anything that matters a whole hell of a lot to you. And when I stopped and I thought about it, I was like, wait a minute. I know what it is now. Because when I realized that, okay, seeing whatever happened in the algorithm in the past year with the watch time hours going down like a lead balloon to the point where I'm like, I very well might end up demonetized at this rate. If that happens, I don't know. Doesn't mean I'm going to leave YouTube. It just means I won't get paid for my efforts anymore. But apparently my brain took that piece of information, ran with it, and then turned this into well, now I'm frozen with anxiety over that possibility, to the point where now I'm not creating the content that will get the watch time hours, and therefore it's the self-fulfilling prophecy shit again. And it sounds so stupid when I say it out loud, but it's like, that's it. Holy shit. It snuck up on me again. And I even joked in the comments of the other video about if I ever wrote the story of my life, it would have to be called I Am My Own Worst Enemy. I really am, though. But, I think everybody is. It's not just a personal thing, but, as soon as I clocked that, I was like, suddenly the idea of hitting record no longer filled me with dread, anxiety, or anything else. I was like, oh my god, that was it. Okay, okay, clearly there is more work to be done. But at least in having acknowledged it, that's half the battle right there with me. So it's just like, all right, well, now I have to like revisit all of the worksheets and all of the self-help things for how to unlearn those toxic behaviors when it's not a person that's on the other end of it. It's an abstract thing. So it's like, okay, I can work with that. I didn't foresee that being the underlying reason, but apparently that was it. So in case anybody was curious about where things sat with that, apparently that's where things sat with that. Now I feel like a dumbass. So I'm like, well, actually, on one hand, I'm half relieved that that's all it is, because it's like, I can work with that. Now that I know, I can work with that. It's the not knowing part, and then being like, what the hell happened? And just the question marks over my head are what made it seem like I don't know how to proceed from there. How do I fix that? But if that's all, it's like, oh, well, that's stupid, but I mean, easily fixed, I guess. Just don't self-sabotage. But, so I guess there's that. But then in all of the days since the day of realization of that, every time I've been ready to sit down and record, like 10 zillion things popped up that I had to like deal with first. They're kind of like more time sensitive, so I was like, okay, alright, well, I will get back to this, but you know, it is one of those things where at least knowing is half the battle, but I do still have to do the footwork of the other half of just not self-sabotaging and have to actually like buckle up, record the content, and throw it out there. Whatever it might look like, doesn't matter. Just have to do the thing, get back into the habit again, like I was saying in the other video. But at least now I know where it's stemming from. And that's a factor that is within my control. Unlike all the other abstract ideas of could be this, could be that, could be anything, I don't know. Like, that's a lot harder to work with. But if it's just that, I'm golden. Because I've already course corrected on so many other things when that's been the stem cause of it. So I'm like, oh, well, I guess it's just one more tally to the list of things where it's like, well, I didn't mean to self-sabotage, but this is where we ended up. So now that I'm aware of it, now I can fix it. So just thought, you know, in case that resonates for anybody else, don't discredit the possibility that it could be that in a sneaky way coming out. Because that is the thing with insecure attachment, is that it will come out sideways at the weirdest times with the weirdest shit that you don't see coming, and you don't always realize right away that that was the thing that was going on. But it makes perfect sense, because this is something that matters a great deal to me. And the thought of it being outside of my control, that it could be ripped away like that, scares the ever-loving fuck out of me. So, you know, with my own patterns of behavior, that made total sense for why all of a sudden the self-sabotage of, well, fuck it, I won't do anything because now I'm scared because I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yeah, that's clearly not the correct answer. Obviously. Which sounds, again, so obvious saying it out loud. But that's why I do these, because I have to talk shit out to process it in my head. Just doing it in my head, I have too much ADD for it to work that way. I have to speak it out loud and talk it through, even if it sounds disjointed and confusing to anybody else. Don't care, this isn't for you, apparently. But for the people it does resonate with, it's for them, and it's for me. So, it doesn't have to make sense to you, because yeah, I saw people say, oh yeah, I think she's off the rails again. Did you see that video that didn't even make sense the other day? It's like, I'm literally fine. I was talking things through to hopefully make whatever the hell was going on click and make sense in my head, which is exactly what happened. It took like 2 days from the time of making that video for all of a sudden the light bulb to go off of, I know what it is now. I figured it out. So it's like, okay, I'm good. So just thought for anybody who might have been following along with this, I do like to give resolution when I can. There you go.